You wrote a letter to your 21-year-old self.
Yeah, I did.
Part of that letter, you said that you think you made a mistake. What does a creative specialist do?
A creative specialist is a social media manager who doesn't focus on numbers. He asked me, so you're doing a computer science degree.
Yes.
Why do you want to be a social media manager? And I told him, I think it's now time for me to tap into my creativity because I feel like that's what I've been called to do as my purpose. I just said that one statement, he's like, in between my interviews, they're like, so why would you want to leave something that is potentially full-time and come and join an internship? The answer I gave was, I grew around 9.5K if I'm not wrong. And then that page is what I used to apply for my first social media job. I didn't have no experience, no nothing. Being a social media manager is a calling, being a creative is a calling, because at the end of the day, you need to attract the people who are like you. There's a video I did at girl math is me taking a Buddha to set my makeup.
Set your makeup, yeah.
The money is good, whatever is good, you get to free stuff, you get to go for what events. But the price you have to pay is that you have to make peace with the fact that people will definitely be entitled to your life because you choose to post it.
Victoria.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, thank you. Hi.
I'm good. You should let your hair down. You need to let your hair down for
Really?
people.
Guys,
She has
okay, believe
gorgeous
me,
hair,
I have
guys.
nice hair. Just believe me today.
Very gorgeous hair.
Thank you.
So you wrote a letter to your 21-year-old self.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I did.
And part of that letter, you said that you think you made a mistake by being in the tech journey.
Yeah.
I want you to take us through that. What mistake that was, who you are, and where you are at now.
Okay.
So take us back to 21, what you were doing, and why you thought that this was a mistake.
I think that was in second year. No, yes, we were doing was it PHP? I can't remember. Hakuna code ilikuwa inasema kama PHP. So that's when I was just like, I think we were doing a project for PHP and I was just like, nah, thank you. It's not for me. Like, yes, I got the grades for getting a computer science degree. Yes, I'm a smart babe. Yes, I'm all this. But I feel like it reached to a point where I just sat down and realized, like, in as much as I want to be seen as a smart babe, I don't know, how do you call it, academic validation, it wasn't in me anymore. It reached to a point where, like, I really had to tap into something else so that I can feel like I'm complete. Now, that took me way back to primary school. In primary, I was a girl you'd find in choir. I love singing a lot. You'd find me trying to act in cultural dances and everything, and I was so happy doing that. So that got me thinking, if I am a creative, I didn't know I'm a creative at that point, but if at all I was doing all those things in primary, I was a choir leader in primary. You can imagine that's a big thing for a primary student. So it was a choir leader in primary. Even translated to high school, I still led the choir. So I got myself thinking, like, I feel like God probably gave me this gift so that it can be something purposeful for me. Computer science wasn't that.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's someone who's also in second year. Now, PHP or whichever language, Java, inamshinda. How can I know that the difference between this is just hard, the friction of anything hard, versus this is not for me? Because I think it's really hard to differentiate or to make the decision, when should I keep pushing and when should I let go of this?
I'd say if you know something is not for you, anything you do for it, no matter how much you try, it still won't haijaingia kwa kichwa. Aki, that's the rawest thing I can say. Like for me, when I tell people I'm smart, I'm like, you're smart but you do TikTok. But I mean, you have to be smart to do something, right? So mimi kabisa code nilikataa kuingia kwa kichwa. Like I can do math stuff. I can do data science very well. But the coding side of things, no, I did not sign up for that. So I feel like hapo ndo nikajua yenyewe, like this is not for me. But if something is hard and you can do it regardless, it's just hard. But if it's hard, you've tried, you've slept, you've not slept, I don't know, 3 days just trying to understand this one line of code. Na imekataa kuingia, that's not for you. Yeah, I feel like that's how I differentiate what's hard and what's not for me.
So would you advise someone to take something that leverages on their strengths?
Yes. Because at the end of the day, you'll feel good thriving in that space. There's no point of you struggling. Again, you have to live a life that is very purposeful. There is no point of you saying that now because tech has the money, let me just do it because I'm chasing the money. You will lose the purpose. I feel like everyone has been called for a purpose in this life. So if you don't tap into your purpose, you'll never feel fulfilled. So I'd always say, like, chase whatever makes you happy or whatever makes you feel like you've accomplished something in life. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Interesting. So, smart girl gets good grades, anaingia kwea kufanya computer science degree. Second year after a PHP encounter, you're like, ain't no way. You get a gig to do social media in your third year.
It was in my
Second year. In your second year.
Yeah.
Take us through that process. After we realize enye kitu si yangu, what do you go? What do you do exactly? Because I know there are so many people who are also stuck in things that they're like, but they've not taken the leap yet. They're still dancing around that. Take us through what you did.
I think for me, it was a bit easier to enter into the space because I started as a creative, first of all. So I've always been the girl who is always posting on IG, those selfies. Do you remember those selfies on my Kate? I was part of that group. Seriously, I think I had a previous page before, but I deleted it like just after, the rediscovery phase. However, that's not the point. The point is, I was a creative, first of all. I used to post hair content, makeup content. I remember I used to have aka opo. Hakuna simu ilikuwa imenisumbua kama hiyo, nikasema wallahi tanua iPhone very soon. But anyway, I started like that. I started posting on TikTok. Like, I wasn't really sure what TikTok is. There was a creator who blew up. So that's when I was just like, what is this TikTok thing? And I was like, let me just try. But I wasn't like really serious with it. So I used to do the challenge. You remember Bussy? That challenge. I remember I posted that video and so many other videos. And then I was just like, oh, this is interesting. So I started seeing people posting their makeup tutorials. Same to IG, but also you may get TikTok. Like I said, I can also do this. So I started posting. Like eventually, I think I grew to around 9.5K on that page. And then I later closed it, but I'll explain why. So I grew around 9.5K, if I'm not wrong. And then that page is what I used to apply for my first social media job. I didn't have no experience, no nothing. Actually, nakumbuka my CV. Your time when I held a masterclass, I was showing people my CV. Ilikuwa tumeweka hapo computer science students. From this year to this year. That is the only thing that was on my CV for sure. But the cover letter was definitely, I want to try this, I want to do this, I want to do that. I can do this for you guys. I've done it on my page. And so my page was my portfolio.
Uliwapata wapi hao watu?
A friend of mine sent me that nini poster, but si ati alinirefer, alinitumia to I've seen this, so I just applied.
How did they know you were interested in social media? Because
I applied. Yeah, I applied like a job.
But the friend who referred mwenye alikutumia poster, how did they know that you are interested in social media?
We were in the same class. So of course, I mean, you're on TikTok. He was also a TikToker at that time, but he was a dancer. So I said, just try. Yeah, I was just like, okay, cool, let me try. Like, what's that can happen? I love that just that moment. My life is not changing. So yeah, so I asked if you're a creative, you would try. Love that itaingiana, and you did.
Take us through the process of that. You get the job. Was it hard? Take us through that process of getting the job, the interview.
I wouldn't say it was hard. It was crazy because I didn't see an interview before. So that was my first ever experience being interviewed for a job. Me, I'm giving out very, very, very mature answers. Like, because again, I'm 20 at that time.
Yeah.
I was 21. No, I can't remember. But yeah, it was 22, so I was 21. Mi napatiana tu answers funny. But they're seeing the motivation for sure. I was just like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. And then during that interview, they're like, cool. Kitu nilipata off guard waliuza salary. Mimi nishauza salary na mtu. How much do you want to be paid? I was just like, wow, where do I start?
What did you say?
I said between 30 and 40,000. No experience. So at that time, I'm just like, mi najua watu was under 15. Mtu ana experience labda hata 10K. Nikasema, let me be audacious. 30 to 40 sawa. They said just sawa, and then they sent me a test to do. So I was to create a 3-day strategy to just boost the page. You know, time ChatGPT was now booming.
Really?
Yes. Maybe we are ChatGPT. I cooked. But I mean, I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know the exact structure of what I was doing because I've never done that.
Yeah.
But I know how it should look like, just in my mind. ChatGPT mbio nikatuma. And then 1 week later, they're like, we're happy to inform you that the CEO wants to interview you, like now at the third interview. But I had to go to the office. If I went to the office, that man is intimidating his door. We're just like, total
second year.
I mean, I'm just in second, I'm just a child. I love you know, you have to explain that I'm still in school.
Yes.
So me, I just prefer part-time. Yeah, I live here and I talk to full-time. But eventually he was like, I like your motivation and I think you're going to go far, so yeah, we're going to get you. So I think it was a 3-month contract. And then, I got that K and then later it was raised. Yeah.
So during this, it's part-time. Wow. That is pretty impressive, right? For a second year.
For a second year, it was part-time. Yeah, I really had to convince because I really wanted someone full-time. Also, they used to go on-site every day. So I think I was among the first. We were hired as 2 social media managers. One had way more experience than I did, and then there was me. So we were the first people who negotiated for hybrid.
I've done a couple of interviews for my team. And most of them who apply are also in campus. And that boss said he likes he called it your drive or what?
Yeah, my drive. I was very ambitious. Yeah.
Help the people watching understand, meaning how did you express that? What exactly do you think was the thing that enabled him to see that you're very ambitious and driven?
I'll go back to finding your purpose. He asked me, so you're doing a computer science degree.
Yes.
Why do you want to be a social media manager? And I told him, I think it's now time for me to tap into my creativity because I feel like that's what I've been called to do as my purpose. I just said that one statement, he smiled. He was like, okay, I see where this is going.
It's like, this is rooted in something.
It's not, I'm just chasing the money because most people make the mistake of joining social media management just because they know you can get 5 clients and get a 150K a month untaxed. So, this is good money. It's not. It's harder than it looks.
Why didn't you quit school?
We have African parents. That's all I'm going to say. But I mean, again, just Bila could put the African parents thing. I feel like since I started something, I had to complete it.
You had to complete it.
Yeah. I just wanted to prove to myself that in as much as it is hard, I will just complete it. I didn't want to quit again at second year. If it was first year 1.1, kambia mzazi yake hapana. Wacha nifanye tu marketing or something else. But I was in 2.2. How do you start? Mzazi amelipa fee, amelipia hostel ya how many millions. So you can imagine. I wasn't going to tell my dad that I'm tired of this thing. He'll be like, no, sasa cheki, we've tried our best. And wejipange sasa. So I promised myself that I'm going to finish it despite how hard it was. Just to even make my parents happy. I still made myself happy, first of all. Let's put that aside. I made myself happy because I proved to myself, in as much as this thing is it's not Ainibambi at all. I completed it, and that was what was important for me.
I can do hard things.
I can do hard things, exactly.
Okay.
And I still made my parents proud. So I'm sorry.
Okay. So it was a 3-month contract.
Yeah.
Okay, take us through after your contract ilisha, able to peleke sasa after that.
The reason as to why it actually, they sent a renewal contract, but the environment for me wasn't really it. Yeah, so nilifeel ni kama this is not something I can really grow just because of how is it called? the work, the work
Culture.
environment, and the culture, it wasn't for me. And being a creative, you don't utaki kusumbuliwa. Utaki kupatiwa stress, just unnecessary things. If you're in ops, made sense. Like, you have to reach these targets and do these things. For a creative, it's a very experimental career. So I feel like it wasn't aligning. And then at the same time, I'm in school, I'm still struggling with these codes, and I'm like, is it worth it? No. And it's not like my parents are not providing for me still. So it's just like, it's not I'll lose the salary, which is, 30K no second year, oh my God. That was good money.
Yeah.
But sad kajiambia, it's not serving me. Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday I was speaking to a manager around, and I know this is a hot topic, resilience around the younger generation.
Yeah.
I also battle with this because I'm the older Gen Z, but I'm Gen Z, so I understand, when things don't align, you can walk away. We have that privilege, especially if you do have it.
Yeah.
But where do you draw the line between pushing through resilience and saying, okay, no, I'm going to stop this? Because there's so many people watching who I'm doing something difficult, na sijui bado tu your dance, should I give up? Should I keep pushing? Because in this case, you are within your purpose, but it's just an environment that doesn't work for you. Same to the person who's watching. Environment, it's not the best. So where is it that I draw the line on resilience, or at least what do you think?
I'd say it goes down to people and culture. You might be really motivated or ambitious to do whatever. Yes, work gets hard.
Yes.
There's a difference between the work getting hard and the people making your work hard. The people making your work hard is tougher than the work being hard. Because at the end of the day, there are challenges that comes with the job. You have to reach certain numbers. At that time, I was really focusing on numbers. So you have to reach certain numbers. But sasa unapata mmoja anataka reach certain numbers anakupigia kelele na kushautia. How do you do that? We are all adults. That's all I always say. We're all adults. I think when we were in campus, you went through communication skills. You need to learn how to communicate with people, especially if you're a leader. I feel like after that experience, the leaders that I've gotten after that have really shown me the importance of really relating with people. So I'd say relating with people in your team is way more important than the hard work that you're going to do. So that's what I feel like I lacked. I lacked because again, I'm new in corporate. So I'm just like, even though kunaendanga, I don't believe it should be like that. Especially for my role or my creative role. It shouldn't be like that. Me, I feel like, hey, videographers, you can tell, you don't have to pay the pressure. Exactly. You have to pay the pressure. So I feel like it just depends on what team you are in. There are teams that you need to be very people sensitive, and there are teams where the pressure is necessary. For us, we don't need pressure because pressure will kill our creativity.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that work can be hard, but a toxic environment can kill anyone's creativity.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly the point.
Okay. So you left and said, "Bug it," continued with school, graduated.
I didn't graduate just immediately.
Take us through that.
Yeah, so I think I quit in March. The August is when I got my second job.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow. Take us through that process.
That was a very interesting way. I feel like that's the most craziest way I got that job. Anyway, child, I was still rediscovering myself because again, that was my first experience in corporate. I was just like, if that's a guess, maybe just focus on this tech thing. Probably I'm just wrong about my thoughts, but I guess I wasn't wrong. Anyway, I went for a masterclass. It was on Figma. Now I'm trying to tap into the creative side of tech. Because Figma is designing websites. And I was just like, this is interesting, and I think I can thrive here. So I'm still like, wacha tuone tu kama ita work. So I went for the masterclass, and then Joanne saw me. Hi, Joanne. Anyway. And then John knew me from my TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah. She said hi. Me by day si tukasalimiana ya akaenda shughuli zake. Sasa she went and told the founders, this babe can actually do social media. Say, how do you get on social media? Yeah. So he talked to me, and then I was called for the interview. I didn't even have, like, he just sent me the application link. I didn't even know they were hiring someone. If I knew, I would have applied as soon as yesterday, but I didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I got my second job.
It was a referral.
It was a referral.
Based on the work you had done.
Not on the work, on
the
my
TikTok. Yes.
Yeah, because I hadn't really posted that I'm a social media manager anywhere. I was just doing very fun TikToky stuff.
At this point, you're almost at the end of school, right? Or you're at the end?
I was at 3.2 at that time, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Okay, you get this job, and it's more corporate, it's within the education space. Tell us about any creative who is also posting on TikTok and they want to get a job. How was that transition? Because you're filming lifestyle stuff and now you're moving to a company, you're representing the company through social media. How's that transition? What did you need to learn? What was the learning curve there?
I think with that experience, it wasn't as hard because I was in tech. Yes. I think vitu zilikuwa zina add up. Mi naambia post about software development. I'm like, okay, I know what that is, but someone who is not in tech could probably not know what to say on a video. So I feel like for me it was a bit easier. I had that advantage. But if it's just someone new to tech or anything, I'd say what is really important is take your time to learn how the company moves, what their values are, what kind of clients they want to attract. Because shajua what kind of clients they want to attract, it will be easier for you to market to them. So for me, I'd say I saw my success from August to December. How many months ago? August, September, October, November, December. I took 5 months to learn that this is how this company moves. And I don't think it sounds like it's a long time really. It's a really long time, come to think of it. But those 5 months I feel like were very important for me, and I was given so much grace, first of all, because I was still in school. And that's what I feel like relating to people is very, very important. You need to get to where they are and then they'll get to where the company is. The balance is very important. So I was given so much grace, first of all, just to continue pursuing school and finish, and at the same time still work for them. So those 5 months, I feel like they were slow, but I took my time to understand that issue lazima to push content, because at the end of the day, my main goal for me as a social media manager is to, which is a very controversial thing, but is to use less, very kidogo cost when it comes to marketing stuff on social media. I'm a high believer of organic marketing. Yeah, so that is also very hard. You can just post ads. But then when you're supposed to ads now to sign up, then you get your ROI and you move on with life. But you can imagine it's a startup. Always ambia mtu I need a budget for 5 million for ads. You can't do that, so you have to really think about it. So that also puts you in the space of, that is now good pressure. That is the hard I like. Hiyo ndo hard naweza sema hapa naweza vumilia kidogo, like, because si ati nimepatia pressure ya mtu ati fanya no. But this is the something I can vumilia. So it took me 5 months to learn how the courses run, to learn the pain points, to learn the pricing, to learn the marketing strategies that they love to implement, to learn how the TMs work, which is also something that you need to know, ujue venye utamarket kwa watu. And then those 5 months resulted to us blowing up in January.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Congratulations.
So, thank you. I feel like that was the hardest month for me. January 2024, I suffered.
Why?
I mean, suffering in the nice way. Like that hard. Your hard ilikuwa inanipatia nguvu ya. It has to work. I've stayed for too long. 5 months is a long time. I don't think kuna companies that kupatia 5 months for you to adjust. Okay, there are companies which have 6 months probation, which is okay. But you can imagine, startups don't have that time.
Yes.
They need to execute fast. So I'm just grateful I got the grace. But then the grace definitely motivated me to really put in the work. So between January and March, I think that's when we got the most ROI from organic marketing.
And what does blowing up mean for such a company? Because followers increase, you get comments, but what does it mean? What does that mean?
Increase in sales calls, increase in enrollment, increase in inquiries, the WhatsApp and all those things, website clicks. We used to be shown those things. Okay, I understood kidogo. This was just something map. I've forgotten the name.
The heat map.
Heat maps. What on a click happening? So he took some time to explain it to us. Not really when you need to. And then of course, in the Google Analytics, we saw that social media was the highest.
Oh.
The highest like converter.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how we knew yeah, it was working.
This is working,
This is working. And also they told us that the revenue they will make in a year is what we made in those 3 months.
Wow. Now, are you seeing that translate to views and likes and comments?
Of course, like each and every week, Akona video get less than 50K.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is extremely impressive.
Yeah, for a startup, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah. Even like generally.
Even generally, like there's no week nigga post video like just one to viral. Like that was my point.
Wow.
Like virality was very, very important for me. And it was a very hard thing to hack because we're not using sounds, we're not using trends, we're not using nothing. It's just me and my face and talking. I was just yapping on that page. I swear.
What were you, because you've told me if you must learn the company, what else were you learning to refine the skill? What made you good? That's the question.
I'd say what made me good is learning sales on a very surface level. Because at the end of the day, each and every company has different ways to use social media. Some use it to generate revenue, some use it for awareness, some use it just for being there or PR, some use it for very many different things. But for a startup, so that was our main goal. You have to get money from this thing, but all you're pursuing it. So you have to really think about that. I think sasa EO really sasa how to sell on social media. Because through that experience that I had, I feel like it translated again to me selling out my masterclasses because I had to know how to understand the pain points for people. Kuna mtu anataka kujua how to get into content creation and then translate to social media management. I feel like I have a very unique experience because not so many people become creators and even become social media managers. It becomes overwhelming. But there are people who just take a course of social media management and they start. The people who just become creators and they stop at that. But me, I chose to bind them together. Yeah, so you really need to understand how to sell to people according to their needs. Not because you want to sell this and you must sell this. You have to understand what people want.
Interesting. So sales. You're speaking to a founder, you're speaking to a creative, you're speaking to a social media manager. When you're saying, I need to learn how to sell on social media based on the other person's needs, is there a formula? Is there something that this is the compass that I've used? Their formula?
That's the sad part about social media. There is no formula. Mtu akakuja kwambia we use this strategy, that's a lie. Because each and every person knows their strength. Again, social media may feel like it's a calling. Being a social media manager is a calling. Being a creative is a calling. Because at the end of the day, you need to attract the people who are like you. So me, I love to be sold for in a certain way. You wouldn't just tell me, Ebu, buy this thing. Why am I buying it? What is it going to return? Like, what is my investment going to be? Am I going to continuously buy this thing? Am I going to tell people, by the way, join the experience? So that's what I feel like I had to tap into my personal way of being sold to, and then try and intertwine it with what the company goals are, and then I'll sold it to people. Now, this is where me trying to rediscover my purpose was. The most hooks I've used in those videos were, umetoka campus na ujui kenye utafanya. That was marketing the social, what am I saying, software development course. Unatoka campus, unaambiwa, enda driving, enda fanya nini, and you can just start in tech, and then within 6 months you're hireable. You can be hired. You can even do internships, you can be paid. Imagine if I was told that. Kwanza sisi tulikuwa time ya COVID, so unasoma online, alafu unajua the investment that you're going to put at that time, even when I'm in school, like I still apply for internship and everything. But me, I had to figure out my way of getting some sort of income when I'm still in school. Because again, let's be honest, pocket money mzazi iko nasaidia. Like, yes, money is not a driving factor, but it's a benefit of whatever you're chasing. So at the end of the day, you're making the life for yourself. So that's how I love to be sold to. Like, if it's something that's going to boost my career, make me more money, or do something like that, I had to intertwine that. So kuna social media mwingine, that's not her selling side. Kuna mwingine anapenda aonyesha tu kitu aesthetic. I know I want that because it's aesthetically pleasing. But me, I want to see the inside. Yeah, so it taps into your personal stuff.
Okay. Surprise! It is me, the host, Fian. If you hear chicken in the background, please do not leave a comment about it. And stop skipping. I can see you skipping forwarding. Give me 1 minute of your time. 2 things. Number 1, Asante Sana. Thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging with us. And if you haven't subscribed, it is free and goes a very long way. So do it right now. Number 2, on our journey to make Young Techies Africa's biggest tech podcast, to show the most inspiring tech stories, we cannot walk alone. So I will be walking alongside different partners with my team and with you towards this vision. And it's why I'm here today. As we showcase some of the partners we will within the show, I want to invite you guys to engage with them, especially if they are of value to you. If they are not, feel free to share their links with somebody that you love and you think, okay, this makes sense for them. That will go a long way and be a big part of walking with us on this journey. That said, let's introduce to an important partner, our venue partner, Shiriki House. Shiriki House has been our partner from day one. Big shout out to them. They are located along Raptor Heights and Westside Towers, amongst other locations. And fun fact, Shiriki House is where my former workplace used to be located at. So I know them personally. They have really good services. It's a pretty decent office size with lots of light and lots of plants. Check out Shiriki House. The link is in the description box. Enjoy the show. There's somewhere I read, they said that quantity gets you to quality. The more you do something, the better you become at it.
Yeah.
Is that something you agree with? And is this something that you saw within that period?
For sure. But this is mostly tied to my content creation side of things. So when I now discover that I don't want to do tech anymore, like I don't want to code, I had to really learn how to create good content. Because for me, quality definitely is the goal. Quality is king. But before I knew how to do quality videos, I used a very crappy phone, near Oppo. And then I still posted those videos because I was learning. I was learning how to get an audience that wants to see my growth, because that's something that's very, very important to me. I have like people who DM me like, I've been following you since 2021, since 2020. Okay, I love how you've grown. That's what makes me happy. So I did so many videos. Even the page that I have now is not the page that I used to have. So the page that I used to have, I was just posting makeup, hair content. I never like focused on any other thing. I couldn't even do lifestyle because I feel like lifestyle you have to really work on the quality for sure. Makeup unakatoa hapo na kwa kamera unapaka makeup yako na bado watu wanaelewa tutorial. That's the most important part. They see the content is valuable, it's educational, it's all those things, and they choose to follow you. So I posted so many videos like that. And then I grew that page to 9.5K. And then I said again, it is not my purpose. I was just like, no, I don't have to do this long term. I don't want to be doing makeup. There's so much you can do with makeup. There's so much you can do with hair content. I wanted something that is going to reflect my life towards what it is now. Because that's the direction I was going. So, the fike 9.5K na ni close. Again, I was very confused. Nikasema, probably I can turn that page into learning data science. I don't know where that interest came from. But again, I was trying to make some sense out of my degree, which, okay, didn't work out, but okay. So, I might change it to a data science page. I started sharing my data science study. I posted twice, nikachoka. Nikasema, ejewe, wallahi, this is not for me. It has diffused. ati unaenda hapo zinaitangwa data science. I was like, aki hapana baby.
Techies have logged off at this point.
Okay, sorry guys, but I mean, yeah, but my point is purpose is very, very important. Yeah, quality for sure will reach to that quantity part of things. Post as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. We post too. Utapata hata video yenye ulikuwa unasema hii video inakaa je, utapata even the most views and people will engage with it and they'll be like this person has somebody to know.
Yeah. Na hapo kwa kuna mtu anashanga quality ina man. What exactly does quality content mean? You know,
quality varies for different people. For me, when I was doing that makeup content, quality was, am I giving a tutorial that makes sense? In as much as my quality of video was bad, but quality ya Kenya nasema kwa voiceover, hiyo nayo enyewe mtu angekaa hivi asikize aseme wow, mtu anajua Kenya anasema, like hata Robin anachora eyebrows, enyewe she knows what she's saying, even though the quality is bad. I remember I was being roasted. There's a video that went viral. I think it was around 300k views. I was doing a full face bit of makeup. Hiyo simu wale ilikuwa inanikosea. The foundation shade was my shade. But sasa on the camera inatokea somehow lighter too. People were bashing me like, no, the foundation shade is so wrong. Why do you want to be lighter than you are? Now mind you, I look like this, so you can imagine. So remember, even there are some bigger creators who are commenting on the, they're like, you guys have to factor in quality camera. Sasa hapo ndo nikasema at least tumeelewa tutorial inakaaje. That's my main goal. And the comments which were like, okay, I see what you're saying. People are just mean, just leave them alone. But I knew your tutorial was good and I used it and that was good. Yeah, that is what quality means. Quality for someone else is visual.
Yes.
The camera has to be crisp. Angles have to be this and this and that sort of matter. Yeah, I invest in camera first before the content. But for me, I chose to invest in the content first. People know me first, and then later the money comes, I will invest it back into my phone and everything. So quality is different for everyone, but me, my quality is people need to know I know something. It comes from here. That's what quality means for me. Yeah.
And how important is editing and editing style to encompass quality?
Very important, but I feel like it depends on the niche of content. If you're doing a podcast, I don't think the quality of the video itself, not unless you're posting on YouTube, of course.
Yeah.
Come on, unaika audio to Spotify. You don't need to care about you probably just care about the sound.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a video, someone who is doing, how do I call it? Someone who is doing tech content and talking on camera doesn't really need to focus on the quality as much. Okay, let it be good, like basic good, but still camera at 250,000 times ID anywhere. Whereas someone who's creating lifestyle content like me, I have to really put in the money so that the lifestyle can look aesthetically pleasing. So quality definitely varies according to whatever niche you're posting on. Yeah, if I'm just a social media man, okay, you have to have the quality, have the audio, have to all those things. But lifestyle, definitely high gear, high watts, high sound, high watts. Someone who's just doing a talking, sit down video on finance probably will not need a high quality camera.
I see. At this point, you've added so much value to this company, literally made them more money. Have you taken any course? Ama ni kulearn to as you do?
I did take a course at that time, but it was like way later, around June. June is when I took
the meta course.
Yeah, the meta course. Yeah, that's when I took the meta course.
But before you were just learning on the job.
I was just learning. But then, if there's someone who's learned on the job, ni mimi, aki. Mimi mtu asikwambia ati go learn outside and then come back. Social media, especially social media, you will learn on the job. No one will lie to you that you'll do a course. And then, you can get a framework of how it works. At least you'll have some sort of guidance, which most social media managers who sell courses do. They'll give you a good framework, how to edit videos, how to do this. But you have to get into the job. Ujue kwa ground the same way tunasomanga university alafu kwa ground kwa ground which is different. Same concept with social media. Yeah.
There's someone who's like, I've just gotten my first job, Vicky, and I really want to get those results for this company. And a lot of companies pressure marketing teams because they expect ni kama nyinyi ndio sales.
Which is wrong.
Yeah. So how do I manage that expectation with this company? Like, how do I get to, aside from Mimi post daily, how do I manage this engagement where I want to get here, but I'm here? And at some point, I feel, wow, will I really get there? How do I manage that whole expectation? This CEO, this is the goal. Feels like my content is not doing well.
Well, yeah. What really helped me was the team I was in. Because we were 3 of us under the manager. They were the most helpful people that it came to telling me what they want for their work, because most of the times I was the one responsible for getting them the numbers. So me wananiambia, me I want this community to grow to this number, what will I do? So with that, teamwork was very important. Tulikuwa tunakaa chini na hao wananiambia tufanye hii video ama tuongelele hii course, tunaweza sema hivi na hivi na hivi, and then we can try and then we see how it's going to work. So I'd say my team was very important to me. Like the people I had with high regard. Sometimes I used to lose my shit. Because I was like, I'm just like, guys, like, leave me alone. Like, I need some time to think. But they really held me down. I'd say if you have a good rapport with your team, leave alone your quality, your skills. Your skills are good. It's just social media. You can't control the numbers. Focus on what you can control. You can control the engagement with your team. You can tell them, by the way, I'm struggling with this. Ideas. You can tell them, but there's the only numbers ukifikisha, can you change the target to something else which is going to be reliable and bado italeta hizo namba zenye tunataka. So I'll say, despite your skills or everything, and if you feel like your videos are not working, it's probably because you haven't talked to your team.
Interesting. That's pretty solid advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very
Talk
good.
to your team, it's very important.
Yeah. Okay. Because most people would
isolate
and be like, nimepewa hii target, I just have to figure it out on my own. And you
mind you,
they're
probably the ones who have the better ideas than you do. For some reason, again, it's startup. Startup, you have to have so many things from Kono. Like when you're in a bigger company, everyone has their own tiny responsibility. So just focus on that. But a startup, you have to know how this team works, how you can help, how you cannot help, how you can just shut up, how you can chuggy it. You get my point? So yeah, I feel like, mistake most of the social media managers I know make. They don't want to engage with people.
Okay.
Talk to people. Again, it's a people's job.
Okay. Now, you decide, let me do this course. Why?
I felt like I needed to, if I was chasing greater heights, I needed something that is going to show that I can do those things. I had nothing to show. Yes, of course you can see the numbers, you can see everything, but have you taken a step ahead to get certified for the same way you need to be accredited for a degree? The same I was thinking about it. Yes, you can know how to code, but do you have a certificate? Especially because I'm in corporate. If I was freelancing, it wouldn't really matter. Corporate, and if I'm chasing a bigger company, I'm chasing a bigger watch, you need those things. It's indirect. It's not at your time wangalie credibility, but wataona okay, amejituma walai. And that's the only thing for me, at least. And I mean, yes, I got the knowledge and I got everything, which was mostly focused on digital marketing. Digital marketing is different from social media marketing because of ads. Yeah, so sikuwa na experience at all. And also at the same time, the company was heading to that direction. They wanted to start posting ads and everything. So I saw the opportunity, I took it.
Okay.
Yeah, so just to get the experience on the ad side of things, and then also it looks good on my CV. So a win is a win.
Tell us exactly the cost. I know it's from Meta. Tell us the cost. Maybe you can tell us a bit about the cost for anyone who's interested.
At that time, it was a sponsorship. Like it was fully sponsored.
By who?
I forgot the name. Ingressive for Good. Yeah, they were offering that sponsorship. There was one for data science, there was one for the digital marketing, so I took that one. Yeah, so it was fully sponsored through Coursera, and the course covered a bit of social media management, but the last three modules was just purely ads, how to post ads, the ratios, the SEO stuff, and all those things. Social media management is tiny. I think it was even one module which took less than an hour for me to finish. Yeah. So which goes to show social media management unajifunza kwa ground. Lakini ads huwezi jifunza kwa ground, I promise you. That you really need some knowledge
Have
somewhere.
some knowledge.
Yeah.
A lot of people who will watch this video, I know, are people who are looking to transition into tech, but in a non-technical way.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that trend so much.
In a non-technical way. And you've just said social media nika dot in the grand scope of marketing. Unaweza to educate hapo kwa marketing. What does it encompass? What kind of fields exist here?
There's product management in marketing. There is
product marketing, right? PMM.
Product marketing manager, something like that. The people who focus on performance. That is very tech-tied for sure. You'll have to...
the growth PM.
There's a growth PM. There is performance ads.
Performance ads.
Hapo lazima you know how to analyze that data. Ndio ushike hii ad iperform vizuri kwa sababu ABCD, sijui clicks, sijui heat maps, you really need to understand a lot of tech things. What else? There's so many things we normally do. Nimesahau ziko kwa kitu. But I can tell you, a good 60% of the careers you can take in marketing have tech. It's just yangu haina tech at any given point, but you're a small percentage of the marketing team for sure. And by tech, you mean a lot of analytics? A lot of analytics, yeah. Akina Power BIs, akina what? Yeah, it's really? In marketing. Oh, yeah, presenting. You have to present those. Yes. Is somebody? I forgot it.
Visualizing. Dashboards.
Data visualization, dashboards, you have to do all those things. Yeah, there is a lot of tech in marketing. I think that's what people don't know.
Interesting.
Me and I'm younger data scientist, I'm just like, how did you do it? Because I'm just on the creative side, but there is a lot of tech in marketing. I feel like people haven't really tapped into that.
And now digital marketing in a follow-up.
Performance ads for sure.
Interesting. And okay, so digital does other things under digital marketing, like is social media under digital marketing? Yeah. No. Okay,
it's just like a dot again. But social media marketing is very different. You have to know the creative side more than the analytical side. But jokes so much to dashboard, like these numbers have dropped because of this. Yeah. But that's it. You don't need to analyze that number exactly. How many females, how many males, how many is what age. You don't really need to do that. But you just know this number has dropped because of this. That's it. And that's all we do. Okay, I don't do that now, but that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. I had someone reach out to me requesting if I know someone who can do social media, and they are very keen on the tech side. Like they want them to even build an agent, like like heavy to leverage on AI to ensure that social media runs smoothly.
Yeah.
So if you're speaking to someone who wants to get into social media management, do you have some tips on what they should focus on?
I feel like there are different types of social media management. There's someone who prefers working on numbers. There's someone who prefers working on the tech stuff. And there's someone who's like me who prefers creative. So just know how to pick the niche you thrive on most. Kitu inakupatia, wow, like I feel nice doing this. Kuna mtu anaangalianga numbers and smile. I love this number. And then there's me who should be like, what the hell is going on here? Like
your brain is like
my brain just shuts down.
Yeah.
There's someone who enjoys building those systems. Because because of product management, I feel like it's just across everything. There's someone who thrives in those systems. Yeah. So I feel like if you want to get into social media management, know your strength. No, if you love numbers, focus on that. If you love creative, focus on that. If you love building presentations, focus on that. There's so many ways you can implement social media. It doesn't have to be Kenya. I think makosa watu wanauzanga courses wanafanyanga kitu rahisi. They don't really specialize in something. And that's what I feel like. In a few years' time, it's something that I'll probably be banking my master classes. Yeah, because I'm more on the creative side. That's why I thrive. Alafu napata these people who are selling the courses don't really guide someone and tell them like you can be a different type of social media manager.
I see. Very interesting. Umefanya hiyo certificate, the course. What happens next? You're still working at this edtech.
Yeah. But around the same time, Is it around the same time or not? No, just back in May, because I started, of course, in June. That's when I saw the advertisement for my current role. And I was just like, this is a sign. Everything is a sign. It worked. So in May, I saw the advertisement. But this is where I'll talk about leap of faith. It was advertised as an internship. You can imagine I'm working, okay, it was still part-time, but it was translating full-time because immediately I finished school, that's what I said that they'll do.
Okay.
I transitioned to full-time.
Okay.
Imagine I'm here working a serious job, and then I see the advertisement, and I'm like, from
Internship.
to internship. Is that making any sense?
Yeah.
But my leap of faith led me to applying it because even the description, it was exactly what I wanted. Like, ushaisoma kitu kasamini yangu. So was mine because me I was tired of reading numbers. Let me tell you something. I was tired. Alafu kuna mtu hapa anakuambia no, you have to really factor in the numbers. I'm like, Aki, no, you see, I've done the work. I mean, not in a bad way, but you get my point. Like, Aki apart. But I'd say also a few factors also changied for me, like applying for the job, which I won't talk about here, but I applied for the internship that time. So June was when I was just like, I really need to finish this course because ilianza I think alafu sikuwa nimeanza juu bado niko shule nafikiria nitaanza kubalance aje nikasema I really have to lock in. I locked in June and then I later added to my CV and then in between my interviews they're like, so why would you want to leave something that is potentially full-time and then come and join an internship? The answer I gave was, I'm currently in my growth phase. I really want to see where my potential is or where I can lead, where this is going to take me. Because to be very honest, at that time, yes, I've seen like my purpose, I've seen everything, but I haven't really tapped. You know, like the meaning of tapping into it, like for real, like locking in. I didn't think I did that. And at that time, yes, I saw the growth pattern, but it was a bit too slow for me. Because I feel like at that time I already had 1.5 years of experience, if I'm not wrong. It's not for me anymore. Like not in a toxic way or in a bad way or in anything, just me personally, where I want to go with my career. Yeah, it's now time. Like in a to point, you know, it's now time. Yeah. So sasa, that's what I said. I want to grow. And again, it's a global company. I feel like I'll get so much experience, especially working with people across many teams. And yeah, I gave a lot of answers according to growth. They're like, oh, actually, she paused for a minute. It was a lady who she paused for a minute. That's a very good answer. Like I don't think I'm scared to accept my go. So it's a really good answer. I can't explain it's a global company. We value you know all those things. Yeah. So I feel like during that time, ndo nikasema anyway, I really need to finish this course. Ika tu kwa CV kama yenyewe nimefanya ndo yenyewe I'm really dedicated. So in the interview I was just like, I'm even doing a course just to grow. Unajipi because you know like this can potentially change your life. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I got the role in August. It's such a long interview. Yeah.
Apple. Nataka pause hapo. So you used this exact words when you saw the role ulisema hii ni yangu. A lot of people when they see, and this is a global company, do you want us to share the name? Okay. This is a global company. It's bold, a big company. Anyone would be like, wow, so, you know, guy. But you saw it and said, this is mine. What is it about you that believed that actually this is mine?
I'm a creative. Me being a creative means I love experimenting a lot. I'm not the person who will give me a textbook and tell me what I love breaking rules somehow. Okay, not the bad way, but you get my point. Yeah, I love control. My own personal control. Like I know naweza jifikisha to a certain limit. And me being a creative allows me to do that. I can do things my own way. Of course with guidance definitely, because you just can't do shit the way you feel like doing. But with guidance, and it still allows me to be who I am as a person. Hapo najilijua this is for me, because at the end of the day I know imeadvertise kama internship, so unajua lazima ukaliwe. But sasa unasoma JD you're like, but see I do this on my TikTok. I do this on my TikTok. But see I've done this. Like see I have the numbers. I mean, itu ndo ilipatia to like the sign like girl, you have all these things. Wakiitisha proof unapeana moja according to sentence of that JD. Nikasema, I mean, like, worst goes to worst, what can happen? If I don't get it, I'll still be here, like, it's not a job.
Lakini kuna mtu anaangalia akona limiting belief that juu amekuwa akipata rejections mob. I've been getting so many rejections and I see this big company like the first instant is not in yangu, you know? So what would you tell them? Because I think a big part, and I said this to you before, a big part of you getting the role was around belief. So what would you tell them?
You have to be really in tune with yourself. Don't if you get to such level of understanding of what I want, I had to pause. I paused for a good 2.5 years when I was in campus, just to try to discover what I want, what my purpose is. I feel like makosa huwa tunafanya, especially as Gen Zs, is rushing. We rush so much to get the big money, the big salary, the big house in Kileleshwa. We chase too fast. Neno makosa watu wengi sana hufanya. They don't take the time to pause and think. And as much as I want this, I know this is good money, I know this is such a nice career. Is this really something that is going to make me happy at the end of the day? Nitafika kwa nyuma niseme, wow, today my job was good. You know, makosa watu hufanya. So I'd say, if there's someone who has seen that rejection part, take time, pause. I can even say stop applying for a whole month. What do you want? If you're applying to a company, what type of work culture do you want? People don't think about that. If you're applying to a company, what do you want your work basically to look like? If you're applying to a company, is it going to open your doors just further from career? Me, I get to travel because of work. Do you think about that? Do people really think about that? I don't think so. They're just chasing the thing you can't see. You have to really think ahead. Is it going to open doors to connections? Una apply to jobs, like iko door sawa. Okay, there's a certain phase in life you have to do that, like hauna option, but it teaches to a point. It teaches to a point where you have to really think outside that salary, outside that benefits. So I feel like people really need to pause, think about why you're getting that rejection. It couldn't be a skill issue. I promise you, we are all skilled. Labda ni hatujui communicate. For me, I feel like communication is really important. I feel like if there's something that I've really hacked when it comes to me being in an interview, is knowing how to communicate. Kama huna skill, hula skill. It is given. You will even know. Like in your heart, you will know. Sina skill. Apata niki-apply. Sina. And it's a skill issue. That is a skill issue. But you know you have the skill. Take your time and see, how do I communicate with people? How do I pitch myself? People lack that experience, and people lack that kujituma kujua how to communicate with people. And I feel like most of the time ni kujiongea. I don't think ningepata hilo kama singejiongea walai.
Don't you think there's some privilege in being able to pause? Because the person who you're speaking to probably akona job ingine mbaya ataki. They've been applying for a different job. They're wako kwa situation. I think there's a level of privilege that can allow you to say,
pause,
okay,
yeah, for sure.
Let me relax. But they want to get to the point where I believe Nikki apply role. Honestly, I think I can get it. Microsoft, Bolt, Uber, but I don't have that privilege to pause, to think about it. I am in the rush. I am in that rat race, you know. So is there anything that supported you to enhance that belief, you know?
I think it's also where I was in life at that time. I wouldn't say ni kitu nilisema ni privilege. You know, time unafanya project ya kumaliza shule, I'm just about to graduate. Of course I would have hurried. Like it's natural for me to like, lazima nipate kitu full time, lazima nini. Okay, I had that security of I still have the job here, but unaona venye nilikwambia, like I felt like no, it's not time for me to leave. So that would definitely put me into a rushing state. But I thought to myself, whether do you know the advertise your LinkedIn, I saved it for around 5 days. Maybe once I see something I know I can do it, I will apply immediately. But that one I paused. I applied one day to the job expiry. So that led me to think, like, in as much as I know this is nimefika limit, which is, I feel like most people where they are at right now, wanafika enyewe, I need to grow, nimefika stage yenye, there's nothing more I can do here, so I need to move. I'd say, again, you really have to tap into your belief and into your, if you're a spiritual person, you really have to tap into that. Is this serving what I want in 10 years? Is it unaona unataka umechoka hapa, lakini sasa unaweza harakisha, and then where you're going is even worse. What will you do?
That's true.
What will you do in that situation? So I feel like, yes, there's a privilege to pause, but if you're in a rush, I'd say be in a rush but consciously. Si ati unaharakisha tu because you feel like unataka kuharakisha tu. Be very conscious with it. Like, hata ukiapply hii job, go and look for those people who are working there. See how long they have stayed for you to make that decision. So ukiona mtu amekaa for 3 months, you're like, that's something for me though. So pausing does not mean literal time and stop doing. Relax. You can still continue doing whatever you're doing, but tread carefully.
Conscious. Okay. Interesting. I really want to focus on this from application to the final offer. I think that's especially for this global company, because everyone wants to work in a really good company. Everyone wants to, travel, to make good money.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of people, especially the fact that you applied 5 days after. There are hundreds of people who are applying for this role. Had you optimized your resume to ensure that, because from application to you getting your interview, that means you passed the ATS or whatever screening there was. What did you do to ensure that hii resume lazima itapita mpaka nifike kwa interviewer?
Wow, that's a hard question.
Did you optimize it?
I don't think I did.
Really?
I don't think I sat down and optimized. I took a whole hour optimizing that.
Really?
I promise you I didn't. I'll go look for that CV in Krupia. I don't think I didn't. I didn't even put I did ABCD now. I don't think I did that. Or I did, I'm not sure. But I didn't take my time to apply for that job. The only strong thing I did was make cover letter. I know for sure hapo cover letter I think nakuwa nimeibia kidogo, so that's what I essentially did, and I also set my portfolio. For a creative job you have to set a portfolio. So I think my work,
her portfolio.
My work I think spoke for itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your cover letter and portfolio you would say were outstanding.
Yeah, my resume I promise you that I did work on that.
Interesting. So for your portfolio, do you just send your handles or like a link?
No, not my
tree?
handles. Like it was a Canva template. So I think hapo ndo nilifanya kazi for sure. I put in the numbers, what I was able to achieve this X months, the videos I was able to do when I was there. I think that was what really spoke for me for sure.
I see. So for a creative role, I see that the cover letter, the portfolio.
Cover letter and resume are not really important. Okay, cover letter for motivation for sure. Resume won't do nothing for you. Your portfolio will.
Okay. All right. And you spoke on your cover letter, can you have any tips or no?
I'd say you have to sound really personal. Not personal, professional. That's what people lack. I want to do this, I can do this for you, but how can you do it? How can you prove that you've done it? So I'd say, how do I put it? I'm trying to look for the right words to say. But essentially, you have to show that you're not really desperate. Yeah. You don't need to show that you're desperate. At the end of the day, you're trading salary for the skill. For the skill they want. You don't have to sound desperate. Sound like a professional who is really confident in their work. I feel like people lack confidence in their cover letters. Show the motivation behind you trying to apply for this role. For me, it's growth. So growth was definitely part of that cover letter. It can be like, I don't know how I put it. Actually, I'll look for it and I'll send it to you. But I'd say the 3 things is be professional. Don't sound desperate. Desperation will kick you out immediately because when you're desperate, they'll give you the lowest salary they can. So why would you want to risk that? Don't sound desperate. Just sound like someone who's really focused on their work. Especially for a young man. I feel like Just that we have a very bad perception of Gen Z. Especially, well, si yetu ni mbaya. So you have to look like you're a different Gen Z for sure. So be professional, be motivated to apply in that cover letter. And there's something else that the personal area of things, like just describe you personally, who you are as a person. Like ndo ionyeshe like this person is really a creative or not. Unajua unaweza kuwa very data analytical alafu una describe creative in a data sense, it doesn't make any sense. So you have to tap into that role for sure. If you're a creative, add some glitter into that. You know, for us I feel like we have an advantage when you're applying for jobs. It doesn't have to sound ROI. I don't know what. It doesn't have to sound that. Like you can put in some dazzle here and there. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Now, called for your first interview. You told me once unajituma. Unajituma kwa interviews. Ebu tuambie. Chanua watu.
Well, I feel like my current role for sure is Jituma. I started Jituma over there.
Really?
See, Aki. Me, most of the times when I'm applying, I'm just so easy. I don't even revise because it's in my head. I mean, I tapped into my passion and I feel like I have them on my fingertips. So I'll just revise kidogo and then join the interview and then I know for sure. But this one, I don't know. It was just different because I wasn't interviewed with a HR, first of all. I was interviewed with a team. The team have way higher standards than a HR would.
Yes, that's true. Because they understand.
They understand the job.
Yeah.
They'll be like, so if they give you this project, what ushaika hivi kwa interview and you pause for a good 2 minutes, ukitafuta jibu. That was how bad it was. And I feel like the first interview was really, I think it was easygoing, but she was very strict again at the same time because she really didn't understand why I'm leaving a full-time job to, not full-time technically, but you get my point, for one internship. So sasa, the fact that she saw the motivation behind me trying to grow my career and where I was at in life right now, hapo ndo I feel ilibidi nimejiongelelea sana. I think I took a good 5 to 10 minutes just explaining why.
Had you practiced before?
Because me, I told myself the internship, I don't think they will really be that serious that I was wrong. I was wrong, but I had to really think fast.
So you literally said, give me a moment.
I paused for a minute. I was like, that's a very, that's a very nice question. Let me see, not kajibu sasa. So, I think your kujituma part of it is they want to see whether you can take some time to think. Don't rush into answers. If you rush into answers, they'll be like, oh, sit on a job. She's not taking her time to analyze the question. She's not taking her time to understand why the question has been asked. Because most of the time, utapata wanauliza swali kwa sababu labda there's a project that they want to start if you're hired. So they want to see how you think about that project. So that was the first interview up and I feel like I really had to speak for myself. And that's where I feel like the rough sales thing I learned came to play because I had to tap into their needs. You have to learn there's a psychology of something, how to talk. I don't know the right word for it, but I really had to tap into that. I wanted to see how she converses with people, right? Because I believe at that time, that's when I knew she would be my manager. So you can imagine. Yeah, so I had to tap into where she is at right now in her space. And nielewe, okay, if you're this kind of person, how do you love to be answered?
Did you research?
I just saw her LinkedIn. That's all. I didn't even bother kwenda DM or anything. I just saw she didn't post that much on LinkedIn. So there was nothing I would know. I was just like, wow, okay, at least naona ni deal. Nakata mtu amechill. So if I'm getting into the interview, I'm going to be the most chill person. Again, it's a creative role. Don't be professional as much in that interview. Ati sound numbers, sound ati ROIs, don't do that. Don't do that. Like me, I think also one thing that really boosted that, I spoke a lot of TikTok language.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
We were talking about trends. Have you seen this trend? I'm like, yeah, girl. Yeah, that's how we were talking.
So for a creative role, it's really leaning into the creative.
Just lean into that. Okay, ndoko professional, do we lie if you're a creative?
That is a very interesting twist because I think people would assume, since we've been, especially in the tech industry, in all industries, tumekonditioniwa bottom line ni pesa. So make sure unajialign na hiyo bottom line. So someone would come in and say, I'll drive these numbers, I'll do this.
So sasa unaenda kuambia mtu ta grow page to 5K, how? They also know that social media is not a straightforward game. So you can't tell people, me, I want to reach analytics that 100K views a month, yet you don't even know what kind of market they are in. So you can't approach that interview like that. Talk about me. I talked. Hey, me nikikwambia we were clocking. Okay, that time I clock it, but we were doing some very TikToky stuff in that interview, and I was just like, yeah, that was the TikTok interview. I was just like, that was a good interview.
So what are you talking about exactly?
We talked about so many trends. There's a trend. I've forgotten that trend, but there's a specific trend about a chocolate cookie or something, and then she was like, have you seen this trend? I'm like, yeah, I've seen it, and I still don't understand it, but I feel like people just engage with it because it's just a funny thing. Alafu, she went ahead and asked, so if you're in such a position now, if we hire you right now, would you do something that's like that? Something that does not make any sense, but it's brand-centric.
What did you say?
I said, it just depends on what you want as a market per now, because I had now to tap into the African market, because Africa, Europe,
it's very different.
Very different. So nikamwambia, like, that will definitely apply to Africa, but there's so many other different ways we can tap into that very unhinged content, but make it relevant for us because we're a bit sensitive. So I went ahead and explained the sensitivity part of things. So we have to be very cultural centric, blah, 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 blah. So it was okay, but that's just tied to that trend. I didn't speak numbers, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your interviews were chilled, but you really leaned into the creative because it's for a creative role. Yeah. And you're going to share with us what a creative specialist does, because she's a creative specialist as a global company. And not many people understand what that is.
What that means, yeah.
And now you get to the case study.
Guys. That was hard. I don't think I've suffered like that in my life again. No, thank you. There are 3 or 4 case studies, which is very unlikely for a social media for a social media job in general. The first case study was in my second interview, live.
What was a live case study?
Hey, she said tag.
Did you know it would be a live case study?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, shit.
I just knew I'm meeting other members of the team. They were just trying to understand how we... And me, I was just going in that. I was just cruising. Me naingia. They were like, okay, let's share our screen and then you tell us your views. Kajapa kimeniramba wallahi. Kai. What? Anyway, they shared that screen. Nilikuwa najua poza Adidas, which brand, hadi akina Duolingo, akina what. I was just like, can you explain what you understand from this photo? Please explain how you'll explain
a photo.
A photo.
Wow.
What vibes do you get from that photo? There was one, because kuna mmoja, it was so erotic. So you can imagine how am I going to say this one is very flirty? You have to sound. Of course, you can't be very, that kind of mind. So you have to be very professional while saying it's an erotic. Me at hiyo jina nilitafuta kwa kichwa before niseme. I'm like, which one is the right one? I can't say flirty. I can't say sexual. I can't say this. I just said it was erotic. And they laughed and they're like, okay, this girl knows what she's doing.
Really?
Also, ulikuwa naona tu akiongea, okay. Alafu sasa they're speaking Estonian. So you're like, oh, okay. I think they're saying something which sounds nice. I feel like it sounds nice. I'm not sure. Anyway, that was my first case study. Live.
In that case study, what are they looking for? Like, what should I prepare for?
In that case study, I think what they wanted to really see is how far my creativity can go. Because again, I'm in an African market. African markets don't really allow you to be that creative. But then, remember, you're joining a global team. Because I'm not part of any African team. I'm part of the global team, the bigger brand team. But now, my work is just in Africa. So, in as much as you're working in an African context, what if it's Africa to a point where you're given a global project? What did you do? With global projects, you do whatever, and it will still go. Because again, I don't know, it's just different for us. So I think they wanted to test how far I can push my creativity, because one thing my team believes in is creative freedom. They give you that space to do whatever, so long as it's just making sense for us. Wajibambe, by the way. And they went kufuatilia at approval, at what has this done, what has, no.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think that's what they wanted to aim at when it comes to that case study.
When they ask, I'm really digging deeper. When they ask to tell what this picture says, what are you supposed to say? Like,
with a creative nini, say whatever. See, ati there's a formula of saying ati.
So just
Where ongea tu, wesi unaona. See, they know what they are saying. You say what you're saying. Yeah, Nikwambia, I said it was erotic and they laughed. It's because they knew it was erotic and they laughed. Yeah. If the photo is just plain, just a shoe, like the Adidas thing, I was just like, okay, I think they're just advertising a product, nothing much. There is no story behind this. They're just showing you this is a shoe.
Okay.
And you can buy this shoe. Yeah,
Okay.
It's different.
Interesting. Okay, the second case study the first one was live. You can take us through. I'm very keen on how you prepared and your learnings around these case studies, because as someone who's also preparing for case studies right now, what are your learnings? Well, how did you prepare? That's probably the most important part. And niaje ulijifanya ukwe outstanding?
I really went out of my way to do things because first of all, your time nilikuwa nimetoka hostel, I moved back home because I was just doing project attachment and all those things. Number one, I didn't have space. Unaenda kushoot ni mama yako, tunaenda kupostia tu tunafanya interview. No, you have to be very creative. Okay, of course I did shoot. I'm sorry, but yeah, so with a creative role, hakuna specific preparation you can do. Hakuna template umepewa ati do this instead of doing this. Just get out of you. Mimi nilikuwa ndadazadi na dogi kwa video. I took dogi na shunganga usiku. I was dancing with it on video just to show that I can do whatever. So you have to push yourself to the limit. I ordered food through Bolt Food. I can do food content. I had to order abodas, but I go to G where so that they know I can do food content. You have to be cringe. After you're not cute, you have to be cringe. I remember there was this trend of a big back. Kuna watu walikuwa make a lot of sweaters behind their back just to show you that you're an eater. Like unakulanga without limits. So I think the trend was big back something. And there was a specific something. I had to come up with a script. Nimeka masweta huku ndani kwa shati. Ati ndo nionyeshe like I can be cringe on social media. And that was the video that got me the job.
Wow.
Because the last interview I got was of the head of social media marketing at that time. And she was like, I didn't love that video. But this end on I decided kama mimi nitakuwa haya ama sitakuwa haya. That was the video that got me the job. I'll look for it. I think nimeipost mahali. Uko chini kwa
I think nimeiona.
Yeah. That was a very cringe video though.
Wow.
I went out of my way.
And were you posting it live on TikTok or
no, just sending it for drive. Because tulikuwa tumepatiwa drive ya kuweka.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Very, very, and you got hired. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hapa atusemangi congratulations bure, by the way.
Thanks.
So
it is earned.
We bring you flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, these are your flowers.
Thank you. Oh, these are so pretty.
Yeah, pretty. Petali. Petali is the world's greatest flower vendor, by the way, guys.
Oh,
please check out Petali.
They even match my aura, I feel. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I think it's no small feat at all.
For sure.
To set your mind on something, see it through very early in your career, to work at a global company. And that is why I brought you here, Vicky. I think your story is inspiring in the sense that I don't have to wait till I'm like, 30. Exactly. Even very early in my career, I can work at a company that I love, a global company. The possibilities are endless. I mustn't start from,
Si lazima waanze from scratch.
Yeah.
I feel like tumefunzwa vibaya. Our parents tell us, be humble. Anza tu cheap. In this economy, anyway.
So that could be your journey where you actually
which is okay.
Small.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But if you have the power to quantum leap, do so.
Thank you.
Clock that.
All right. Now, I want us to get into let's touch a bit into your creative process. Because I've seen you represent a global company and your content is very, ni kama zile za KFC na KCB. It's very like...
Really? That's a compliment, guys.
It's very relatable to our context, to the Kenyan context, the African context.
Yeah.
What's your creative process? Unaanzanga wapi? Unafikiria aje? Take us through that process.
Wow, that's a good question. I don't even know how to answer that. I will be very honest. But I feel like me being a creator on the side really helps because I get to experiment that on my own pages. So I know what's relevant, what's suitable, and I'm able to filter. So I have an upper advantage of being a creative, which is I know some people don't, which is they have to really think 10 times harder. But the only advantage, which is I'm very grateful for that anyway, is that I am a creator myself. So number one thing in Anipatianga advantage of that creative process. But however, we have systems that guide our creative processes. Yeah, I mean, working at a global company, you definitely have to have systems.
You don't just wake up.
Okay, but I do create my own system, so my manager has to approve that. So the equal like, okay, cool, I see where you're going. So you have to have a good system for that. So the system is it culturally relevant? Are there any safety issues? Are there will people see this video and be like, this is so insensitive or not insensitive or something like that? So many other nitty-gritties that we don't focus on. Is this video quality good? Because again, it's a global company. You're not just posting whatever. These people invest in our gear. Be like me, even I started and they told me, don't even post until you get your phone. Don't use your phone for nothing. Niko na iPhone yangu was so ready to start because I'm used to the startup culture. Me niko ready kuanza. They're like, no, girl, don't.
Rubbish. No.
We are getting you a phone.
Nice.
Yeah. So, the fact that I choose to invest in you like that means that I'm very dedicated to the type of content that you're going to put out. So they will kill all the thinking for you when it comes to whatever gear you're going to use and everything, so that you can perform at your best. Sasa, juu wamekupatia hizo vitu, you cannot just create video work. You have to, your creative process has to be really in line with, how do I call it? To the standards they have posted on the global page, because yangu ni kama subset ya global page. There's a bolt main page that people normally tag, and then sasa yangu ni bolt up. Yangu go up to chin. So I sort of have to match
the vibe.
So creative process, again, there are people who handle the creative process for you. In as much as uko na systems zako, kuna mtu wako huko juu mwenye anataka social media tu ikae hivi. So they will send you that doc and they'll tell you, this is what you want. Wewe wamekupatia kenye unataka. So for you is now just to look for the idea. So I feel like my creative process has been cut into half when it comes to thinking of how to post it, how the video should look, how my work is just focusing on hiyo caption unaona hapo iko relatable. That is my work. Na niseme hapa mtu atacheka, mtu atacomment, atasema by that time ufanya hivi, and that's it. That is where my creative process is. So since I'm in Africa, it's easy for me to know what people like and what people don't like. When it comes to Boda content, I feel like that's where I thrive because it's very Kenyan and I feel like it's so easy to do that. So when it comes to Boda content, I just need to look for something that is not even Bolt related. There's a video I did at girl math is me taking a Boda to set my makeup.
Set your makeup,
I mean, I don't really have to think about that. Nakumbuka nimekwambia I have an upper advantage of doing my own content.
Yes.
Lifestyle includes a makeup part. So if you're a lifestyle creator, me putting in that content is a bit easier for me because at a I didn't think about it that much.
Really?
Mimi nilichukua tu video nikasema nafikiria kwa mbele.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then nikasema, plus that is two. Na nikapost. Yeah, so being a lifestyle creator for me really helps. It kills my creativity in half.
Interesting. So you get to practice and learn on
all the
your
practice I've done over the years.
Accumulate
and I'm just doing it right now.
Yeah. Okay. So it's really true what they say. It's just practice and quantity and more.
With social media, you're unlearning.
What do you think yourself is the one most important skill for someone to be successful? Successful is a strong word, but someone to really thrive and be a good creative. The one skill you think this will help you become a better creative. Because I don't want to tag the word successful with creative. I think creativity is just consistently growing your
Yeah.
What is this one skill that will make me really excellent?
Know how to tap into people's energy. People, it's a very people focused job. You're not posting on the internet for you. You're posting for people. So okay, because I go tap into their feelings or whatever they want, how will you thrive? So I wouldn't say skill you could shoot video in a certain angle. That is not the skill you need. The skill you need is knowing how to be a people's person.
Empathy. Is it empathy?
Empathy is the word. Yeah, empathy is actually the word. There's another word for it though. I feel like the word ingine on top of empathy.
Ya kunini, ya understand.
Tap into the people. Yeah, I feel like our career is a service to people. We're here to make people laugh. Labda mtu amekasirisha ataingia aone content acheke tu anasema this content imemjengea siku. So we are a very people focused career. So you see, the skill is not really what's to be on the book, but how you view people in your mind.
Interesting. And you guys, she's an introvert. I was just telling her how you've done a good job at getting out of your own way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, that stops many people. I'm an introvert. Sipendangi kukua nini
Kuonekana sana.
At what point did you ever have conflict with that? Where you're like,
I'll tell you what happened. I never grew up an introvert. I've always been the loud chap. Me, my younger stories by my mom and my aunties. I'm just like, guy, nilikuwa hivyo. I was always the rowdy girl. I was everywhere. I was out playing with the boys. So I was a very social person, for sure. And I think life in between got me to become an introvert. Like so many things happened. So I just decided to chill. Yeah, just life traumatic things that happen in between. They can change who I am as a person. So nowadays I just prefer to be in my space, mind my own business, and make my own money. But so anyway, you get my point, right?
I get you.
Yeah, so I feel like I wasn't an introvert at all when I was a child. Yeah, so I grow up kwa mtu silent.
How do you feel about that change?
It's nice. I like it here. Because I feel like the only disadvantage I had when I was that extrovert type of person is that I used to let so many people in. And with that, it really messed up how I think about things. Because most of the time, I was very easily influenced with what people would say about me, or the negatives and the positives, definitely. Because you grow up and you're told you're the prettiest. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so what? It gets into your head. Think of high school. I think high school is what really messed my. It can mess to a point where I just decided to be silent because I think that was the first time I experienced hate on such a personal level. Yeah, and then I don't know. The result for me was just being silent and being in my space. Like I have very few friends right now, but when I was in primary, I used to be the people's person. Come on, kuna NJERI guy. Who are you then? And then high school, same thing. Like I used to pull crowds. I used to be there entertaining. Maybe I think after Form 4 something happened, and then I was just like, nah, it's not worth it. Because that really messed my mind. Like to a point where anything someone will say, I will take it as a yes. I will take it like it is true, which is not. So, me taking it as it was right now, and then I overthought. I think I went to a very rough, depressive episode during Form 4. On top of that, again, I also had some family issues at home. So you can imagine, I didn't have peace in school. I didn't have peace at home. I was just alone. I think ilifanya nijifunze kuishi peke yangu inakaaje. And then it just resulted to me being an introvert at the end of the day. So it's very hard for me to open up to someone. Which I feel like I do open up, but you have to really really, I have to really feel your energy on the skin. Okay, these are 6 Bs. So I'm very, there's a word for it. I discern a lot. I discern a lot. I'm very picky. I'm very all those things. I think hapo ndo hata resembetri yangu ilitokea aki. Kwa sababu ilifika tu point I was just like, by the way. Hata kama niweke sura ngumu watu wataanza kuniapproach. Because I used to be the girl people approach all the time. Nowadays it's different, but I always tell people like, pole guys, sisi kupenda kwangu, but yeah. I've never really explained that to someone. This is the first time I talk about that, but yeah.
Wow, interesting. What happened in high school?
It was a little girl drama.
Bullying.
Not bully. No. I think if there was bullying, I was supposed to be the bully. No, I've never been bullied. I feel like it was just a lot of girl drama, and I think upon the kind of boyfriend issues started. Yeah, so I don't really want to talk about it in depth, but it reached to a point where we questioned with a babe because of a guy, and I'm just like, what the fuck? We're in high school, bro. Like, that shouldn't be our focus. Like, at the end of the day, even the guy was like, he really wanted to be like there for you and all those things, but you saw it in the wrong way. So, and then she now like started influencing people to now come and hate on me. There's so many people. So like, it got to a point where like I was everyone's enemy because I did something that wasn't true. But say I ended up a change narrative. Okay, later, like after tumemaliza exams, nikajulikana like this girl was just crazy. But yeah, that's what happened. It was just very funny boy drama, which shouldn't have been something so big. But it reached to a point the whole school knew. Okay, we thank the Lord, but
yeah, I see. Would you ever want to go back to the old NJERI? Because I have a hypothesis that life is usually about going back to your younger self. Is that someone you'd like to go back to?
I don't think. Probably just a few things in my childhood. I think I was really happy before. Right now, I feel like I've achieved some sort of happiness. But if I was to go back to my younger self, I'd do that kind of happiness. Like, and I'm talking about my younger self in primary, not high school. Yeah, because in primary, I think I was a happy girl up until, I think it was like class 5 up to form 4. I don't know what happened in between there. It was just tough, but from class 4 going downwards, that's a happy girl I want to be. And I think I'm almost there, for sure. That is the result of tapping into your purpose. Yeah.
Thank you. Now we get into the juiciest part. Y'all know what it is.
Kulikuwa na part juicy. Okay, cool.
Money.
Okay, sour. Let's get into it. Let's have it.
Msichana alianza na 30K akiwa campus. Second year.
Yep.
Ukaendelea. You can feel free to give us a range. Be happy with an exact number, but feel free to give us a range. And the reason why we do this segment is to give people an idea of what that career path looks like from a money perspective, because that's important.
Yeah, for sure.
Ukaingia your next role, right? During and after campus, when you're just clearing, which was a full-time role.
No, it was part-time, but
full-time
in my head.
You didn't like it was full-time.
Yeah, it felt full-time for sure.
Wow. At that point, how much were you earning?
I took a pay cut. Okay, not a big pay cut.
Yeah.
Like 5 G's pay cut, but it went back again. Yeah.
Why were you open to that pay cut? What was it about the role that you were like, ni sawa?
Part-time, first of all. Because, you can't expect full-time salary with no shule bado. And again, people. Like, if there's someone I really enjoyed working with there.
Shout out.
To
Zindua School. We love you guys.
Yeah, I really enjoyed working there. The people are so nice. And that's the first interaction I got from them. Okay, sikuwa that part ya kulipa Masterclass. I'm going to such a by the way. But aside from that, the first interaction I got was like, it was it. Again, I'm growing my career. Sasa hata uwezi anza kufikiria mambo ya do. Mi bado babangu ananilipia rent ya hostel na bado ananitumia pocket money kila wiki. So I wasn't really worried. Nikasema, yeah. It went back still, so it maintained.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that, what range is someone working in the marketing industry for a global company, your range in a kaji?
I'll just say 6 figures.
Sorry?
6 figures.
6 figures. 6 figures. And we're talking net.
Can be gross, can be net. Depends with your experience, of course.
What range are we talking?
For someone probably with no experience, could be in the 110, 120 gross. Of course, it will sugar to 70 something. I'm not sure. Yeah. For someone who is mid-level experience, probably almost 200.
Okay.
Yeah, but gross still.
Okay. And the benefits are significant?
Very, oh my God. Me kama kuna mtu anajua maisha ni hivi. Anyway, the benefits are really good, especially for working at a global company, because unapata umelipia gym, umelipia insurance, you travel, you do all those things. So I feel like hata salary unapewa, yes, it's good. You can pay your bills and do whatever. You can be able to save, which is very important, especially in this economy. Yeah, I feel like, especially if you're starting out, don't chase the 250 G's. That's not right. Okay, if the company pays that, cool. But sasa ukipatiwa hiyo range ya say 110 or 20 sawa, which is okay, you're starting out, girl. Why are you chasing the big money that don't experience? Say you're in a global company. You also have to think about the benefits. Because me, I will go to hospital today and I won't pay a dime. Because insurance.
Yes.
My gym stuff is covered because it's part of the benefits. I get to travel. The per diems are good. So you're not complaining. I mean, you shouldn't complain, especially if you're in a global and you're starting. Come on, you're advancing, you can please complain for sure. But come on, you're like me and you're starting. Okay, I don't feel like I'm starting right now, but I'm starting in a global company for sure. So yeah, don't expect a lot. Be content. There is beauty in contentment.
Right. I want to talk about, there's one statement you made, especially around your content journey as we wrap up.
Yeah.
Kufinywa online. How do you navigate hate, just general, because it's uncomfortable? You mentioned that the job of a creator is service to the people, and that service sometimes is not taken very, they're not
taken
pleased.
lightly.
It's not pleased. Yeah, especially I want to talk in two parts: one from your personal angle, and two from a corporate angle. So I just work at this company and they're getting backlash. Yeah, so I want you to talk about the two, how you navigate. Let's start with personal, then company.
Personal, people normally tell me I have a very tough character online. I don't know where that comes from, but people tell me like I really stand on business. So you just can't come to my DM and tell me whatever. Because of what my stories, the stories I post, how I sound on my captions, probably. Even my face,
Your voice as well?
my voice as well. I don't have the typical girly voice. Hi, boy, yeah, partner. Anyway, my voice also, I feel like people tell me I sound very
harsh.
Not harsh. My voice is very commanding. Yeah, people tell me that. So itafika to a point where people tell me, Aki nagopanga kukudia. I'm like, no, nagopa. Okay, I get the point, but it's just who I am as a person. So for me, I experience hate very rarely. But when it happens, it does happen. So yeah, I was giving a narration of when I removed my locks. I think people, of course, didn't understand because it was very much tied to my spiritual journey. But again, you just have to sound tough. You have to be tough. Okay, that's the worst part about being a service to the people, but standing on business. You have to know your limits. On hapa, najua unaweza fika hapa, but hautapita a certain level. Like, yes, in as much as you're posting, I want people to follow me, I want people to engage with me, I want people to do this and this and this. You know, people talk about parasocial relationships. I feel like now that I follow you, like I'm entitled to know whatever you're doing.
Why didn't you post your man? You know? Yeah.
I'm like, kwani ni wako ama ni wangu? You get my point? People don't really understand that, and I feel like that's something that should be taught somewhere. I don't know, like social ethics, something like that. People don't really know how to navigate that, and that's also a skill creators lack. They tend to allow everyone to talk to them. You just can't come and talk to me however you feel like.
What does that mean exactly?
What does that mean? Someone will come to my DM and tell me, no, this is not right. Okay, let's say I've posted something about how I pray, for example. like, no, but you're supposed to do this. The Bible says this. I'm like, girl, are you the one praying with me? Me, I'll ask them that. I'll tell them the reason as why you feel like you're entitled to tell me that opinion is because you're really hyper focused on what my journey is, rather than focusing on what you want for yourself. Remember, I'm just posting just to share my journey. I'm not posting and to tell you to do this. You get my point? People tend to think that since you're a creator, whatever you post is right, whatever you post goes, which is wrong. You normally post in your journey. You make mistakes in the journey. You make all those things, and people don't allow you to make those mistakes publicly. So you have to be really tough, really tough. Heri hata waseme unaongeaga vibaya, but you know you've protected your boundary. I feel like that's the most unpopular opinion I have when it comes to haters.
I was gonna ask that. Your unpopular opinion, but before we get there are two schools of thought in the creative space. Don't engage, and then there's the school of thought of clapping back. I know it's personal, but why do you choose your school of thought?
Again, I protect my boundaries so much and loudly, because again, the way I've described, like, nilikuwa na allow thoughts za watu sana in my head, and then it messed me up so bad. So just in the midst of all that, and I was just like, why am I allowing people to dictate how I want my life to look like? Why am I doing that? And as much as I want to be a creator, I want to do all these things. Mbona nikubali vitu such? At the end of the day, it's my page for a reason. You're following me because you relate to me. You relate to my beliefs, you relate to whatever. You don't follow me kutafuta udaku. Of course, kuna watu wanakuanga hivyo. Wanafollow tu ndo, kai, amekosana mtu wake. Nimeshika. You get my point? And there are people who actually follow you for who you are. And that's why I told you, if you're creating content, create content so that people can follow you for what they know you for and for who you are. Not just because you're popular or because you dated a certain person. I don't believe that's what your page should be about.
Okay. You said you must be tough.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
For the softies.
For the softies, I feel like the school of thought will be not engaged. Because you know you're a soft person. And I normally encourage people to lean into whatever their purpose is. Me personally, hata venye nimelelewa akiwoi, me ni firstborn. So you can imagine, you've grown up with some sort of toughness because you're the one who is learning. Your parents are learning how to parent through you. So they'll make so many mistakes. So you have to be tougher in general, like, yeah. So it just comes with how you are. If you're the soft babe, open kelele, don't post content that will bring kelele to your page.
Okay, I mean, that's hard to predict, though.
It's hard to predict, but then again, no matter nasema, you have to do inner work, pause, sit. What do you like doing? Unajua here it creates controversy somewhere. Like you post about tech. Some mtu atakuja kuambia controversy ya tech. Exactly. Kuna wanakuambia. Okay, in the tech space definitely which is constructive. I believe it's constructive criticism. But also for me lifestyle. You can imagine me lifestyle. Everyone has an opinion about why is my bed placed like this and not the other way? Why is my house pinkish and not the other way? You get my point? Yeah. So where you choose, come on, Ajo, you can handle this type of criticism. Sawa, go for it. If you know you'll post a content about your spirituality and how you know God and how you do this and you know you can handle the criticism, post it. But you know, if you know you can't, it's not perfect. Because at the end of the day, digital footprints.
So it's what you said earlier. You must be willing to pay the price.
You have to pay the price. That's what comes with our career, at least. The money is good, whatever is good. You get to free stuff. You get to go for what events. But the price you have to pay is that you have to make peace with the fact that people will definitely be entitled to your life because you chose to post it. But you have to draw some boundaries. There's someone who does that very well is Muro. Wow. Anyway, does that so well. When I grow up, I'll be her. In Jesus' name.
I don't know if she's watching.
If she'll watch, girl. Yeah.
Okay. As we wind up, I know you mentioned one unpopular opinion. Do you have another unpopular opinion about the tech career, non-tech rules, about your own career?
Well, there's so many, but I can't really pinpoint
one that you feel very strongly about.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. An unpopular opinion. Let me say on the creative. On the creative, an unpopular opinion. You have to be a creative to work in social media marketing. You can't be a social media marketer without any creative sense. You have to know creative angles. You know, kuna social media managers wenye, yes, in as much as your strength is numbers or your strength is building the systems, ukikosa kujua the creative direction or how to storytell or how to do all those things, you will not thrive in this career. I know social media, but this is what I like in but let me try and expound it a bit more. So, being actually, like my role right now is fully creative. The best captions to put on that video, the angle of that video, what ought to checker, is this something food for thought or something like that. Yet, kuna mtu mwenye data analysis into strengthhold yake ya numbers ya social media. But sasa huyo mtu wa data kama hajuangi videos you perform vizuri atakuja kukupatia data yako aje. You get my point? So you have to be a creative at heart or in mind so that you be able to thrive in this career. It's not a normal learn code and post. Or not code, learn code and run the code. Yeah. See, it's not that straight pathway. You have to know each and every other aspect. Kama mimi, if someone kama tunapatia project za ads, yes, I know how to shoot the ads, but imagine if I didn't know the right way to place the caption, the red points, okay, miss out the terms, but the flag points where you don't need to post. If I didn't know that, and if that create ads hangejua, angekuja kutuambia tufanye ads aje. Get my point? Yeah, so they really have to know how videos are shot. What are the safe zones? Safe zones, yeah, safe zones is the right word. What are the safe zones? What are the captions you're supposed to use? How the video should look like? Yeah, so you have to be a creative. And as much as you're working in the tech side of things, you have to be a creative at heart.
Okay. Sasa tumalizie ukituexplainia creative specialist anafanya nini. You did a really good job on TikTok. I want to hear, basically, to the layman's, what does a creative specialist do?
A creative specialist is a social media manager who doesn't focus on numbers.
Focuses on
posting TikToks. Okay, that's what my role is.